Good morning. My computer says I'm 1 minute late. I apologize. I was listening to music, trying to wake up. Getting around slow this morning. And whispering at the camera, which can't be helpful for you all. Really? I don't know what I did. Melissa's looking at the thumbnail. I'm going to say good morning to everybody in chat. Hi, I'm Coleen. Now I'm going to say hi to chat. Just very slow this morning. I've got the giant coffee too. Let's see, I need my timestamps on. Okay. First name I saw was Deborah Holman. Good morning and hello. Melissa says, I'm proud of us awake and at the computer. Our standards are down here for things. We're proud to be awake. And the camera's extra close today because I want you to see down here. So sorry about that. So Melissa is here, in case you missed that. Practically Creative. Sylvia, you and me, FPP. Lori. Let's see. I think I've got everybody now. Sherry Duman. I think I said your name wrong last week. Good morning. Gonna do something a little bit different today because I need it done and I've been asked about it. I'm gonna do a hooded towel with this machine. This machine, last I checked, I think on Amazon was like $210. I may have paid, I'm thinking around $250 for it. This is a Brother XR9550 quilting embroidery machine. The embroidery just means it has all these fancy stitches that you don't really need. All you need is a zigzag stitch to do this. And we'll go through that in just a second. I'm almost awake. Thank you for the links. Oh, you ladies are on it. If you're new to lives, I heard things creaking behind me, freaked me out. If you're new to lives, the people in the blue with the wrenches, they are my moderators. They take care of unruliness. Riffraff, that was the word we came up with last week, riffraff. They take care of riffraff. If I'm doing something else, and they see it pop up, we have the ability to time out people. We have the ability to block people. When I say we, I mean also my mods do, and I've got their back. If someone seems iffy and they're not sure, they will time them out. Please don't take offense to that. We're just trying to make sure that the chat stays kind and polite, and you will be let back in. Well, this is a nice way to put it, riffraff. Oh, I got it from you. That light is really too bright. It's hurting my eyes. And you're a little bit too close. I'm not comfortable with this kind of closeness. Okay. Actually, Sylvia, this time I was not talking about you when I said riffraff. You guys, when I said riffraff. Good morning, Tracy. Tracy is here. That would be Tracy Albert, our other moderator. Good morning, Fern King. Good morning. Oh, it is good to see everyone. Thank y'all for stopping by and joining me. This may take 2 lives. I'm not sure how quickly I can do this on a live, because there will be talking about, I want to show you guys something that is quilting related. In case you missed this weekend's Babes and Booze. That's just a hard thing to say. We should have picked something else. Babes and Booze with an S, not a Z. In case you missed that this weekend, I showed something that I had created for y'all, and shame on you. Go check it out over at Melissa's Place. We were live with Melissa, Sylvia, Dawn, and myself, and we had a spectacular time. And then we did a channel hop to see how each of us created our, let's see, mine's back there, our wall hangings or table runners, whatever it was. Only 3 criteria was hats, cats, and pumpkins. So if you're interested in some just quilting inspiration, check out all the channels and see what we all did, because we all did something very different. It was really interesting to me. Anyway, let's get to this really quick. I say anyway a lot. I'm going to apologize now. Melissa did, and if you don't have the chat open, I'm not repeating that because I don't want to get dinged. If you don't have the chat open, you should, because that was funny. Good morning, Brenda Foley. Huh. Brenda Foley says, wowzer, I came in from your short. It wouldn't let me message. Thought I had been banned. Then came in and you talking about riffraff, but went out, came in with notification. YouTube is being hinky with stuff. They're not sending out notifications. You're not the only one to not be able to talk and chat for some reason. And today I actually have my chat set to 40 minutes. So even if somebody wasn't subscribed, if they subscribed earlier, they should be able to talk. I'm sorry. Sounds like a YouTube thing. That is so frustrating, though. When you hear that people are being unsubscribed, people are being not able to talk in the chat, people aren't getting their notifications, even though they have everything green like they should and everything. It's very frustrating as a content creator to not be able to do anything about that but tell you YouTube is sketchy. No. We weren't talking about you, Britta. It is just because I came in through the short. I didn't know that. They shouldn't have that fixed like that. That is so weird. I didn't know that coming in through a short would prevent you from chatting. If you're listening, now you know. You might have to go to my channel, whatever, to get into the chat if you want to be in the chat. If you don't want to be in the chat, that's just fine. We love our lurkers. Okay. Saturday's announcement was this. This is the double wedding ring block with less waste, less sewing, and my custom templates. I'm still waiting on one to come. I thought it was going to be here yesterday. I should get it any day. It's the arc to make this arc. But the paper template, did I put that under pattern? I may not have. There is a paper template in my announcement on my page under videos attached. And it has both of these and the arc and the measurements of what else you need. Now, if you've seen, I'm just going to say it, if you've seen the Quilt in the Day version, it is a whole lot like that, but less waste. And this double wedge still gives you the scrappy look, but it's less sewing. But it works with, and I buried the lead, it works with pre-cuts. 5-inch squares and 2.5-inch strips, jelly rolls, charm packs is what most of us know them as. And this is the typical wedge. It is smaller than the one that I had. That's why it works with these. And that is what that looks like. I like that too, but I think I want to make this one first. Maybe then I'll make one with all of these, and then all you need is a 5-inch square. I think that's actually like 4 and something eighths. I really need to find that measurement, but it makes a 12-inch finished block. So, and you can get these on Etsy. Actually, I think I put the pattern in the pin. Did I put I'm behind today. I'm usually on it. Where did I put it? Okay. The pinned comment is for the towel. Let's see if I put it under. I bet I put it under DWR. Exclamation DWR, yeah. It also gives you an Etsy shop. So if you're interested in these 3D printed templates, The guy who made these for me, and I did pay for them. I didn't get them for free. The guy but he was very nice. The guy who made these for me, I told him once I announced he was free to sell them. I am not selling them. I am not getting anything from him for saying, hey, you can get these. I'm supporting a small business. I'm supporting somebody who, did me right, who doesn't know me from Adam. But the paper templates are absolutely free, and it is my design, custom, brand new. Who doesn't like using less fabrics and your pre-cuts? Okay, that was my commercial. I just got very excited about that when I got that. Oh my gosh. And my girlfriends helped me on it. Our minds, they helped me. Okay, I'm sorry. 4 7/8. Tracy says she thinks. I think that's right. That sounds right. Someone is working on becoming a template designer, pattern designer, Melissa says. Actually, Melissa said pattern designer before. I like making stuff for free for you guys. I do. And keep in mind, I'm not even monetized yet. I have 3,000 hours more before I'm even monetized. So, right now I ain't getting nothing. If you would like to contribute to my coffee habit, my fabric habit, my tech habit, I do have a PayPal account, which all that money comes to me. Unlike if you donate through Super Thanks and things like that, YouTube takes part of it, and they don't give it to me until I have gotten $100 worth. Isn't that crazy? Until I get $100 worth, they hang on to all of it. Thank you, Tracy. Oh, hello, Nancy. I see. Guess who Nancy came in? Hi. And I saw that about Terry. He's still going through the treatments then? Applique. Then I always bury that. I forget to say it because I forget about the other way. This is turned edge applique that I've done. So you do have to draw the arcs or buy the arc. Well, the arc already drawn ones aren't going to do much good. But it's easy if you get a yardage, and I'll have to look up what I used for that. Get the yardage, and you put your template down, you mark the center, you put it down here, you mark the center at the bottom, get a ruler, connect the dots, then you just trace these. Do it as you're sitting in the morning, do it as you're, at the table, move a little table in front of your chair, it goes fast. I cut all these wedges I needed, the double wedges. I cut all of those. And I think it was all together a couple hours, maybe, but I was having to do a lot of fiddling because I didn't have this at the time. Actually, that's not true. What it was is I cut all my 5.5, my 5. Pardon me. While I reset my brain. I cut all my charm packs in half, waiting for this. So now I still have to cut those. But had I had this, it would have been faster. I would have just done it all at once. And the arc for this, you can use the arc and just do one piece and fuse it down. I'm thinking I actually do have a templates for the double wedding ring curved piecing. I just didn't print them out or share them yet because I was like, I don't want to do that. I just started trying curved piecing. My book isn't up there anymore. Curve appeal. I just bought that because I want to try curve piecing. Okay, we're going to get started because I'm afraid this is going to take a while. And again, sorry for the close-up. Nobody needs to see my ratty porch in the backyard. I got cleaning to do back there. Okay, I have a premiere Friday. It is one of Dawn at My Quilt Projects blocks from her Quilt Along. And she gives every single one. She gives the free pattern, the free templates on her blog for her Quilt Along, which is amazing. I mean, who doesn't like free? Some of them are complicated. Some of them are easy. You want to test your skills. I'm going to try to do all of them. I just don't know when I'm going to do all of them. Okay. And is Mom and Pop on this afternoon? Okay. I saw Melissa. Melissa answered you. And if you need my attention, exclamation Coleen, no matter on what device you're on, should brightly put my name in the chat, and I will see it next time I look at the chat. I'm clever like that. I was trying to find a way because people on cell phones, you can't do the @ on some cell phones, and it pops their name up. So exclamation Coleen is how you spell my name. I don't correct people when they spell it wrong most of the time, but it's not going to get you the bright orange I see for tagging me. Yes, I was. Ooh, that's a good idea too. Laminating them. Deborah says she printed them out and laminated them. I see my name pop up down there. Just a minute. There's a little bit of lag time between me and what you see, so I will get to it. Okay. Hang on. Let's see. She's doing the templates. Deborah's got the templates, and Tracy says, I'd love to support that idea, but Texas is a little bit far for me to wait for delivery. I'll use paper and make my own templates, LOL. Well, I need to see how much it is for him to mail to Canada. I asked him about the UK, but Sylvia has a relative that has a 3D printer, so I gave her the specs so she could get that. If they can. And yes, just like that, Melissa, exclamation Coleen, I'd like your attention, please. That's how you do it. Yes, it is. EST. Oh, what are we doing? Yeah, I was using the cutting board plastics. I shave templates, and it's just so much easier. And looking at the prices of a lot of templates, this is not priced badly. Plus these, because of the material they're made out of, they grip on your fabric a little bit, so they don't slide around like an acrylic does. I like that. It might be odd, it might be just me, but I do like that. So you support small business, and this has a little bit of I think it's just the material it's made out of with the fabric. You got a little bit of grip so you're not slipping around, because I do that too. But I was cutting the templates, and I put my ruler down over the template so I wouldn't cut the template. I still cut the template. My template went from like this to like this. And I know that's not what I started out with. And yes, you can trace with the heat erase markers and then cut. Good idea, Fern King. Good idea. See, people are full of good ideas in the chat. Check it out. Oh, Deborah says she's not good at using rotary cutters and templates. I wasn't good at using scissors or rotary cutters, so I just started like the people I watched, they were using rotary cutters, so I figured I'd better learn how. I still make mistakes. I still slip. When my hands are shaking, holding that template down is not as easy as everyone makes it look, even with the grippies on it. Okay. Yes, all excellent ideas. And like I said, the paper one in the PDF is free. If you go back and you check out my videos, I put lots of patterns that I've made up for free just because I like to. And I don't want to have to say, hey, you need to go buy this if you want to sew with me. It's not saying I'll never do that, but I don't want to do that. Because, yeah, I have a budget too, as a friend of mine says. We have budgets, and I have to stick with them. And I think donating twice a week is about all I can do. Let's make money. Anyway, I am technically disabled, but we're not going to talk about that. Tracy says she loves the 28mm rotary cutter for cutting around templates. Deborah Holman says she totally agrees. She likes the free. And on my community page, when I find a free pattern that I think that, you know, y'all might like, I'll put it on the community page just, you know, to share freebies because we like saving money. The 28 millimeter, you know, this one that I got, I am going to get a new one, and that's going to be the Quilter Select. This one has a special clip that goes here for rulers, but it only works with the True Cut system. And this one is too, what's the word? Narrow right here to do a lot of the cutting that I want to do. So I find myself not using it. And that may be true with all the 28 millimeters. It works for some things, but of course it's 28 millimeters. So it's not going to have the same width around the blade as that one. And this is a Quilter Select. There's nothing wrong with this one. I like my Quilter Select. It's heavy. It's metal. It's heavy. I like it. So I have a couple more. I am just not getting to it today. Did I post my sunbonnet Sue's? The templates? Deborah asked if I posted my sunbonnet Sue. My grandma's that I worked on is going up, I think, at the end of this month. I haven't posted mine yet. They're hiding back there. There's purple right here. Yes, the templates. I had the templates up. I can post the templates again. Give me just a second. I should have that saved. Let me get in here and don't do that. Hopefully I have it. There it is. Not that one. Now, I don't think I traced the ones that I did. Give me just a second, y'all. I'm looking through my documents, trying to find. Could have sworn I traced some. I didn't. So what I'll do, thank you for asking, Deborah. Yeah, Deborah asked. I will trace those, and I'll make myself a note. I will get my templates up that I traced from my grandma's. I don't know where my grandma got the sunbonnet Sue's. They're over 30 years old, but I will get them up in a PDF form so you can easily print them out on my community page, and I will do that today. I've moved my printer so it's next to me, so it's easier for me to do these kind of things. And I'll try to do it right after the live. I've learned writing myself 2-word notes. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay. For some reason I thought that I had done that. I apologize. I should have done that. Okay. Let's see, Fern King. Melissa, I see you. The overall sand pattern I got free. If I lose my life running around. And I know I have that one, a link to that one. Give me just a second. This is what happens when someone talks. Oh. Did I not put where I got it from? I didn't. Okay, I need to update some videos with some links. That link is not in there, but I did get it free offline. Give me 2 seconds and I'll get that. Y'all want to hang here with me while I do that? If not, I'll copy mine, send it to Melissa. Oh my goodness, why is it such a pain to find them? Oh, don't go clicking on random things. I found this, what, last year? Okay, I'm not seeing it. I had to have had the template from Picture on AccuQuilt Die. I had to have had the template saved because I used it in the video. Let's see if I can find that for you. I have been moving files around. Then I apologize. This is how it do. Okay. I have it as a JPEG. It may not let me put it up right now. Let me copy that into a Google Doc and we'll get that right now. Or see, will it go in a Google Doc or my drive? Let's try my drive. Sorry about that. Chat amongst yourselves. I'll double check to see if I have Sue here too. Oh, my internet may go wonky for a second. It says it's complete, so hopefully not. Let's see if this will get you to it. Try this link for Sam. I should have put Sam on there, but. Oh, that pickle dot block Dawn is doing, yes. Oh, let's see if I have. Good morning, Halo. I had my hair up. I intended to work today. Then we got questions and I got sidetracked. Black of the month. How are you doing today? Are you feeling better? I was asking the ladies what happened to you last Wednesday because I was there and I was on time. They looked at your Facebook and they let me know. Nope, I don't have the Sunbonnet Sue there either. Okay, I'll have to copy those and get them to you. Yay, it opened. Okay. I need to name that thing. Where did it go? We're going to stick with no name right now. Untitled document. What is today? That's not the right one. Okay, we're going to move on now. Thank you for sharing, Angel. She says, yes, it was only a 2-day thing. Thanks for asking. I'm glad it was only a 2-day thing. You are a busy lady. Can't just be kept down. All right. The link works. Okay, so we've got that one in. I will do the same thing with my Sunbonnet Sue after the live this morning. And down. They get all my boxes back where they belong. Oh, and she says, Fern, it should open and print for you. If it doesn't, Melissa, can you share it on, don't you have Facebook? Anyone with link can use it so you can share it on your Facebook, or Sylvia can if you guys are on Facebook. Okay. And now to the project. I was going to get to 15 minutes ago. What are we doing this morning? This morning we are not doing quilting. We are doing a hooded towel. Now my cousin loves to give these to babies because they are thicker and they grow with them. Her teenage daughter still has one that a friend of hers made for her when she was born. Okay, well, sorry for distracting you. So, oh, don't be sorry. This is a sewing chat. We're hanging out. Deborah said, sorry for distracting you so much. Not at all. Not at all. How else are we going to know things if we don't ask? And like I said, this will probably take two lives anyway. So we'll see how much I can get done today. This is a hooded towel for a baby. Now, to start, find the center of your towel, and it's just folded in half. That's lengthwise. I put a pin there to mark the center, and then I opened it. I'm going to tilt you. Look away if you have vertigo. Mark the center of it. Get me some room over here. And I put stitch and tear on the back. I just try to line it up with where I was sewing. Computer's doing weird things. I put stitch and tear on the back, and there is a exclamation towel will give you everything I'm using. And this is just printed off my computer. Underneath that is 2 pieces of water-soluble stabilizer. So I've got water-soluble stabilizer, stitch and tear stabilizer, and my printed. You could draw it on a piece of paper. If, I have no art skills. So you could just write the name and then trace over it with your zigzag stitch. Thank you. Thank you for that, Sylvia. Oh, Deborah got the 12 mug works done. Yay. So it's a hand tail. Yes, the hood part is a hand tail. And the way we're going to be doing it, some people use half of one, I guess. I haven't been doing it that way. The way we're going to be doing it, all of our stitches will be encased inside the towel. And we're doing this on the right side of the towel. I always have the stripes to my right. Any decoration I have on my right, I don't remember if that was in the directions or not, but that's just how I always do it. And I put this, find the center of this. I just took it and I folded it in half. What was I going to say? Oh, and I do about a 1/2 inch from this because we're going to sew this to something to itself when we make the hood. So you want to leave some room there. So now we've got the paper with the printing, water soluble, our hand towel, and the stitch and tear. And if you don't have stitch and tear, you could use a piece of paper back there because all we're going to do is tear it off. And paper works for FPP. I don't see why it wouldn't work for this. It is, the stitch and tear is thicker. So talk away in the chat. I like that. And it gives me something to read later. So we found the center of our towel. We've centered our words on it. Ouch. The pen has already got me this morning. Let's hope it stays that way. And because I've done several of these towels, I keep a couple of little pieces just so I can test it. I am using 60 weight bobbin or 60 weight bottom line thread in my bobbin. And the cheapest place I found it recently was at my friend Halo's because I was shopping there. But that was cheaper than Amazon when I looked. So I have the 60 weight bottom line thread for embroidery in the bottom. And in the top, I have this brothread. What was the name of it? You get 2 huge spools. That's what I'm using at the moment. I ordered several of them. So until I use those up, I won't be going shopping for more. I have it in the top, and I have my zigzag stitch, which on this particular machine is a 4 with the J foot, which is a universal foot. I think that's a universal foot. It's got a clear front on it. Sorry for the glare. And this machine tells me it uses the J foot. I know, Tracy, right? Tracy says, Coleen, you are not a pin cushion. I have tried and tried to tell my pins that. I thought the new ones would behave better. Nope. Angel needs to talk to those pins before she sends them out. Okay. Towel. It's under, it's all, isn't it all under towel? Exclamation towel. I was going to do it separately and I thought that's just too much. Yeah. It's all under towel. I did not put the needle I was using in there because it wouldn't fit on that line and I didn't want to make my mods have more to do. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. Thank you. The needle I'm using, and I don't remember where I got it. I may have ordered it from Halo. I know she has them. It's a Schmitz. Man, that lighting isn't doing anybody favors. Embroidery needles, and these are a chrome professional grade. And honestly, I haven't been doing this long enough to have an opinion whether these make a big difference, but I have used just my regular 80, what is that called? Or 90. My 9014 needles, I have used them for this and it worked fine. I just thought I would try these because I was feeling fancy. And they work great, so I think I'll stick with them. Thank you, thank you. But anyway, I test my stitch. I forget I changed machines. My stitch should be, for width, it's at 0.3, and nope, for length is 0.3. I always say these backwards. And width is 5.0. So the top number on this machine is 0.3, bottom is 5.0. Why do I use the water soluble? Because my very intelligent friends, Melissa and Marie, told me that it makes your stitches stand up on the towel instead of sink in. And I might be able to show you that. I don't know if I've got an extra piece over here. I just do a quick test. I didn't put anything extra on this because I'm just wanting to see how wide my stitch is, because and that will work for what I'm wanting to do. Oh, I do loosen the tension just a little bit. Go down a half or 1 notch. This one I'm using a 2 on the machine. The water soluble, did I leave it over here? I try to keep everything in reach. I don't know if you can see how those stitches are dropped in quite a bit. They're not really standing up on that fabric when you use the water soluble. Let me get a piece. I think the idea is it has more to go around, so when this comes off, your stitches are puffed up more because you've went around it. I don't know how else to say that. Helps to elevate the stitches instead of pucker, and it washes away. Thank you, Tracy. I bet you Tracy told me that too. See, I have very intelligent friends who like to hang out with me. Thank goodness for that. I am learning. I'm not beating myself up or anything. I am still learning. Oh, I thought I could hardly see the silver. I thought come unthreaded on me. And I'm using the cone holder back here because it doesn't want to work right anywhere. Now, sometimes I do help it because the stitches get let's see if I can show you.
I'm going to shut that light off. It's driving me nuts. Off. That didn't help any, did it? There we go. See, these are completely sunk in. These have something to go around, so they're going to puff up like Tracy said. Anyway, and practice on an old towel. Just get you an old towel. If you've seen mine about the, I was trying to do it in a hoop, and that did not work for me like I intended. Sylvia does lots of things in the hoop for embroidery. What brand do you use? Wash Away. Let's see. That is a good question, Halo. It was, I actually have to look. I didn't put the brand on here. I was going to, and it took up too much room. Now the Pellon is Pellon 806. Pardon the squeaky chair. No, I don't want to do that. Trying to make me enter the letters. It's new brothread wash away. This is the 10-inch by 10-yard roll, lightweight. It's a 3-yard roll is $10 on Amazon right now in the US, and it's sold by New Brothread, ships from Amazon on where I have it. I don't, Angel, do you have that in your shop? I am just, small businesses, people support them or they will die out. And I did see, did I tell you that I saw that she has the polyester thread there too? And I think you don't have to use this brand. It's just this, the spools were so big. I thought that would be good for embroidery. And I got these fancy things. Let me turn that light on so you can see now. Horrible. And a squeaky chair. I am such a professional. This is why I'm not monetized. I am totally kidding. Satin stitch is hard for me. I stink at it. And that's what the zigzag stitch, the way I have it down, is called the satin stitch. Don't ask how long it took me to figure that one out. That is just, it's satin stitch. As long as you have a zigzag on your machine, you can do the stitch. And after you got everything centered where you want it, on the right side of the towel, I know there's a tag on here. Yeah, so we're working on the right side of the towel. And I leave tails because even though you can cut them off and they're fine, I leave tails so I can pull it into the back. I am a knot fanatic. I want to put knots in everything. So then there are better close-ups than this. I'm going to move you. Try to get you guys as close as I can with my high-tech stuff. I'm trying to go slow so I don't make anybody seasick. But I'm going to, oh yeah, Tracy never machine embroiders. So she doesn't use the wash away. She hand embroiders. She's a talented lady like that. And Melissa has a fancy machine. And yes, Halo says everything is practice, practice, practice. Absolutely. And that's something else I've learned. I was so mad when I wasn't getting my 1/4 inch right every time. I was so upset with myself. And I finally realized that the more I do it, the better it will get. You know, they're not, people just don't say that to encourage you. It's actually true. Fern King has an embroidery machine. Well, this one says embroidery on it, but it's not one of those that does the big picture for you. So I'm lining up. Okay, I'm going to move you because this drives me crazy that you can't see it. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. I wish I could have the camera right here the whole time for you, but I can't. I'm going to line up the center notch in this somewhat with the center of this picture right here. Close your eyes. So that's how I line it up. And then I'm just tracing the line. And something else I do, not a pin cushion. You'll understand if you watch more of my videos. That's a problem. Oh, I keep forgetting I've changed machines. Something else I do is when I'm going up another line, and you'll see this right here. I'm going to stop here and I'm going to change to my stitch to go up this line so there's not double stitching when I do that. It'll just cover the straight stitch when I come back down. That didn't feel right. I hope that's not really loud. It was that easy. It was that easy, went that fast. I'm hoping this stands out really good. But when I change, I'm going to lift my needle because I don't want it bound up on me when I'm changing. I'm going to change to a straight stitch. It does not matter the length. It doesn't matter the width. Realign on that letter. Yay, Sherlock's getting her porch fixed. Put my needle back down and I'm just going to sew, stitch to the end of that Y. And yeah, I'm picky. I'm going to get as close as I can. One more to even. Okay. Then I'm going to leave my needle down when I turn it. And I'll pick it back up and go back to my number 4. That's not very long. With 0.3 length and 5 point width. Put my needle back down and stitch it. Now, that half moon that your needle runs back and forth in, right there. Sometimes the feed dogs don't want to move as well, and you can see your stitching start piling there, and you can hear it thudding when it does that. That's why I try to keep an eye on it to make sure it keeps moving. If not, I just pull back here a little bit, just give it a little bit of a tug as you're going, and it'll go through for you. At least mine does. And I'm turning this way, so I've got my needle stopped on the right side, so I can finish following this Y. And it's not big movements, and you'll get used to it. After you do a couple, that looks really, really thin. Why does that look so thin? I might go back over that Y. I might finish going over that Y is what I meant. Oh, I'm going to go back. That way it takes up that extra thread that I had just pulled out. Try that again. I didn't like the distance between the stitches. I don't know why it's like that. It may be that I'm helping it too much. There we go. I went to the end of my Y and I'm going back. And I will leave a long tail instead of just going to the very next one like my friends would. I need to check that bobbin. My friends with sergers just go back over the stitches. That bobbin does not feel like it's caught. It's not. I don't know. I don't know how that happens either, but I do know that sometimes that happens. When you put the bobbin in this machine, there's a half moon here. Go behind it. And I always pull mine up for some reason, and it goes over. For some reason, there we go. Unknown to me, sometimes that piece that goes over the bobbin comes out and you have no tension. You can just pull this freely, and it should not do that. Took me a while to figure that one out. Check those stitches. Normally I don't see the black through this so well, so I'm thinking I probably should go back over them. I hope you, oh, I am so sorry. Everybody, if you pray, if you don't, it's okay. Don't go freaking out on me. If you pray, please pray for those that were hit by Helene, and please pray for those in the path of Milton. Our friend Melissa here is one of them. I have several friends who have children in Florida. Please pray for them. Pray for their safety, and pray for the first responders and everybody that's going to be helping with that. And there's lots of sites. Be careful where you donate. I meant to find some sites for you, but I didn't. There are sites where you can donate funds. You can donate things from Amazon. There's a thing called what is it? Oh, it's down in Louisiana. It's some kind of United Louisiana Cajun Navy. That's what it's called. They help with the rescue efforts. They help with taking things in with their boats and everything. I saw that the other day. So be careful if you want to donate. Where you're donating to. But I would say, and I have always believed this, prayers are the best. And sometimes that's all you have to give. And that, I can't think of nothing better. So there's my pray. I was going to say something else too about that. Oh, if you don't donate blood and you are able to, it would probably be a good time to go visit a Red Cross donation to donate blood. I donate plasma. It's not the same thing. It goes to different things, but that pays you a little bit for it. But, do what you can. If you haven't decluttered this year and you got a wardrobe you need to be declutter, it's a good time to declutter that and throw some stuff in the donation for like Convoy of Hope. I don't know if we have that everywhere. We have that in Missouri. I donate everything to them. I have to go backwards. I'm doing the same thing. I'm lining up with the very center the best I can. If it's off a little bit, you know what? Nobody has ever told me. I can tell that that's not right. I haven't seen my name pop up. But yes, Melissa's going to be evacuating to somewhere safer. And I didn't even think about this. People with pets. See, I'm turning my work this way, so my needle is on the left. Finding a shelter if you have pets is apparently hard. And just go slow, follow your template. I can tell that I skipped a spot right there, so I'm going back. And now, trying to decide if I want to go down the end or up the end. I think I'm going to go down the end, but I'm going to switch to the straight stitch to travel on that, which means my needle is going to come up. I'm going to put it back on the straight stitch, which is a 1 on this. Drop it back in the center of that template and just stitch to the end of the end. That's not the end. And a little to the left or the right, nobody's going to notice because you are going to satin stitch over that. see. I'll let you see this really quick. Close your eyes if you get vertigo. Oh, focus. Yeah. I just straight stitched down the end. Close your eyes if you get vertigo. I do have people that get vertigo, so let's be nice. I just straight stitched to the end. I'm going to put my foot down, bring my needle up when I change, because I'm working in an engine, in a transmission engine place. I worry about the needle getting bound up when I'm switching and leaving it in too often. I do that, but I try not to. Okay, I need to reset this down to 0.3 and 5, and yes, I do. I do this every time. And just stitch. Looks right. And then back stitch. Needle up, take it out. Nope, don't like that. I didn't go up high enough for me. I went to the end of my template, but I did not go up high enough for me. It's hard to see that end, and I want it to be able to see it. It was just a couple stitches more. Calling it good. And although it looks a little bit off on this, it's going to be fine once you take all of that off. And I take mine off in the washer. I used to take it out. I used to get the water soluble off before I put it in the washer, but now I do it in the washer. Do you see how fast that goes? And I'm going to do the same thing with the next end. But I'm going to move this pin. Although I am a pin cushion, you know, I bent one of these right in half 2 weeks ago. Right in half. Underneath my needle hit it. Yeah, that's not good on your machine. Starting in the center of that next letter. And this is just newsprint, because newsprint is thinner than regular print paper, but regular print paper will work. If you're working with a color and you see white thread coming through, I may even see some white down there. This is the white thread. I'm using white thread back there. I'm using white thread because it seems to work with everything so far. If you see that at the top, if your stitches turn white, check the tension on this thread. Mine is usually because the thread in the back is not unwinding properly. It needs to be moved somewhere else to loosely flow into this. It has been the problem every time. Not once has it been my bobbin. Only bobbin problem I have is when, and that's the stitches will be on the back when it's the bobbin for this particular thing. I don't know if that's true all the time. Let me how that looked. I went off my pattern a little bit right there, but it's not going to matter. Put your foot down before you lift your needle and change the stitch. I'm back to the straight stitch. And I'm barely lifting this because I know it's going to cause a problem in the back. If I lift that all the way up and start moving, it causes a problem in the back. Don't ask how I know. This is super fast. Lift the stitch, change to my 4. Stitch length. 5. Oh, itchy nose. Oh, Halo has something. Check the chat. We're talking about shopping. See how quickly that goes? It is done in no time, and I am a beginner. Been doing this for a couple years, but not, like daily like a lot of people do. The S is always fun. I start on this side and I'll go this way because it's easier for me to turn that way than it is for my wrist to try to turn that way. It takes my whole arm and I don't like it. I have no idea what the parents want for the theme or anything like that because it's a surprise. Nobody knows I'm doing it. So I'm going to go with the sailboat. I figured that's probably safe. Find my marking up. I am not going as fast as this machine can go. And sometimes I go slow. This has 3 speeds on it. Right now, it was just that side of medium. Let's see what medium is. Yeah, medium works pretty good for me. I don't think I noticed. Oh. Still not a pincushion. I'm going to take that one out. Do not make a smooth transit. I was just all over the place there for a second. I'm having to help it a little bit because it wants to build up right there, and we don't want that. So making sure it keeps moving. And I stopped on the wrong side, so I'm going to backstitch to cover up where I missed. Since this is the O, I'm just going to go straight over my other stitches. Oops. That's wrong way. Yeah, I have a lot of threads to deal with, but it takes like 5-10 minutes to pull them all out, all onto this side. I knot them, just any type of knot, because they're back stitched. They'll be fine. Okay. I think trying to decide where I try to decide where what's going to take me the least amount of effort. I think maybe starting here will take me the least amount of effort. But I am so grateful for my cousin for asking if I could do this because I couldn't when she asked last year. I didn't know anything. But I figured it out with the help of my friends. This was not a lone adventure. I was asking questions. Like, I didn't know you needed water soluble. Well, you should use water soluble on towels because of the loft, I guess, to keep the stitches out. I didn't know that. So I didn't know to ask. Halo, are you doing cherub shares this Wednesday? I think that was on the schedule for last Wednesday. Wednesday, 3 Eastern, in case I haven't said it. I could see black go through when I did that, so I'm going to go back over it. You see, I'm just turning the fabrics, the towel. And my needle stopped on the right side. Turn to the right, or counterclockwise. That's what I call that, counterclockwise. I hit my thread, which made it fall. One day I am going to glue this in. This was the cheapest one they had on Amazon because I wanted to try it, but I didn't want to commit. I have hit the thread before. Okay, sorry about that. That had to have been very unattractive. There we go. I hear a little bit of clicking. That's normal for this machine. If I hear a lot of clicking, I need to start checking things like, is this thread back here bound up somewhere? But it shouldn't be, because then it is pulling the bottom thread up through the top. I don't have the fancy words and all that for you, so. And like that, in minutes, we have the name done. I'll take this off. And this paper, because it's thin, it's much like what Back Quarter Shop uses for their FPP papers. It's a whole lot like that. And the rest will come out in the wash, so you don't have to pick at it like I'm going to right now. That was pretty fast, huh? Yes, it will be a cherub chit chat, and share this Wednesday, 3 Eastern, over at Halo Inspirations. So that's done. Let's do something else. Oh, I know what fell now. I heard something fall beside me. Now this little sailboat, I've only done this once, so enjoy the mess up in case I do. I put a piece of fabric on top of my water soluble, and this is going past where my letters are ending, because I like it over here. I have put them up here. When I put them above the name, it's a little bit high, so I center the name and then I offset it with whatever little embellishment I guess I want. But I'm going to, thank you. Sherry says, love it. Sylvia says, love it. Halo says, amazing, Coleen. Thank you. Sherlock's got a run. The workers are back. Yay! Get that done. She has a beautiful front porch. They need to fix it so she can enjoy it. Nice towel, Coleen, she says. Thanks for sharing. Thank you, Lori. Thank you to all my moderators, too, for being here. So cute, smart lady you are. Thank you. I had help. So I'm going to put this fabric, I want it for the sails. I'm going to put this fabric between my water soluble and my paper. And the extra, I am going to get my snips and snip off. It will fray a little bit around there. It's fine. You're going to have those stitches to hold it in place, is what I've heard from much smarter people than me. And I don't want to waste too much fabric, so I'm going to line this up as closely to the edge as I can get it. And I'll pin that down until I can get around it. Now I'm thinking I am going to take the I'm going to pin this and then check the back to make sure it's, because I wasn't feeling that. There I did though. Okay. Needs to go over a little bit because we're not on the stitch and tear. I really enjoy doing these. Up a little higher. Let's see if I made it that time. Yep, this right here is off my stitch and tear, but I am not going to worry about that. I'm going to do like a blue wave right there. What? Oh, that's the. I think I'm going to do this in gray though, but I want a shorter width. So I'm going to go down to 3. And I'll want a shorter width for these two because the lines are so much closer together. If you try to do the longer width, they're going to start running together. And I personally don't want that. If that's what you want, do you. So I'm going to do the gray real quick before I change my thread out, just straight down the mass. I'm going to take that out. That pin. I feel like I'm crooked. These are fast, easy, and so adorable. And you just get any picture you can find in a coloring page and print it out for this. I am not an artist. And there are sellers on Etsy, which I don't use Etsy a whole lot. Yes, I see. Deborah did it again. Deborah! What did the Nightbot do? What did it do? Did the Nightbot do that? Don't put the pin in the mouth. Oh. I see Deborah. Oh, Deborah was trying to tell me don't put my pin in my mouth. She may have done. Stitching looks great. You do a wonderful job. Thank you, Tracy. I will look back over there. Will these fit toddlers as well as babies? Yes, absolutely. One of the things I'd said earlier, and I went over it really quick, and I should have slowed down. This will fit the baby. It's going to be big on. Babies grow fast. We all know that. Oh, no, that's because people on cell phones can't do the @ if they want my attention. I made it to where all you have to do is exclamation Coleen, and it will do that. So it lights up my name for me, and it says they want my attention. But my cousin's teenage daughter, she's like 13. Her hooded towel still fits her. Isn't that amazing? And the lady I saw make these, she used her husband to show how they grow with them. Okay. Yeah, the Nightbot is calling me out. So yes, this will fit them as they grow. And it could be a keepsake if the towels hold up, which I don't know how she got a towel to hold up for all those years. Mine are good for about 10. Melissa said, Halo, we use it to ask questions. Thank you, Fern. Oh, the phone was auto-correcting Deborah again. Silly phones. Halo says, gotcha. Thought it was funny. Okay. I do the same thing, just kind of line it up the best I can. Go forward and then backward. Sounds a little bit different because there's a piece of fabric in there. Let me go back more. I think someone said you could use a walking foot for this, but if you do, you're not supposed to reverse when using your walking foot, at least for the one that comes with this machine or for this machine. It says don't reverse. So you don't want to do any stitches that are going backwards. Not to say that I haven't done that, but you're not supposed to. And if this comes off, I'll just get my friction pen or a pencil and redraw right there. Let's see, what do I want to do? Changing my thread. And changing the thread, if you're new, that seems very tedious and wasteful and all that stuff. You'll realize it's not any of those things. Maybe a little tedious still. But when you see what you've made, it becomes worth it, and your mind stops seeing it as a chore, I think. At least for me. Melissa says it's funny what kids will keep from their childhood. And these threads drive me nuts. That's why I got the little stocking things for them. Actually, I thought I could sew. I thought I could use them while in this. Just pull it out the top. That did not work. It was messing with all kinds of things. And it may be the brand. I don't know how you're supposed to put these on. You'd think with all the YouTube I watch, I'd watch somebody do that. Anyway, ta-da! And I think these were like $8 on Amazon. Okay, the sale. I'm going to use this. And hopefully it works here. It has worked here before. Ow. When you thread your needle, one thing I did not know is you need your bar all the way to the top for these helpers, which I don't have. There, do I? Go down and go back up. It's the best way to get it there. Get it to the top and get your foot up so the tension's off of it, as my friend Angel reminded me. Oh, no, I already got that thread stopped. I have both my threads up. I put them over here so I can grab them, or at least know where they are. And I am probably just going to jump a stitch over and do this. I'll start over here, go around, jump over that mast. I think it's called mast. I don't know. I don't have sailboat. Go over here and finish. And then I'm going to do the boat with an outline of brown, and then this in a dark blue. And I know we're getting a little bit long. After this, it's like super, super fast. Yep. And I had something wrong because it doesn't feel like the feed dogs are doing what they were. I'll tell you something else that I know I'm doing wrong, but I'm not correcting it right now. You should not switch between metal and plastic bobbins in your machine. Even if they are the ones made for the machine, it can throw the machine off. I thought getting metal bobbins for the embroidery would make it easy for me to see, and then I learned that I shouldn't do that. I'm going to quickly change to the straight stitch, so I'm sure there's no extra stitches over this. I won't be able to see it. Just jumped right over it, and I'll put it back. I can't remember if I said I'm using 3 and 3.5 at the moment. 0.3 and 3.5. Yes, I put fabric on the sails. I did that with a duck that I made, and it worked pretty well. I don't know if it'll last as long as the towel does, because it doesn't seem like it should. I'm always surprised at how adorable these are. Always. I don't know if the it's like I think it's my second cousin. I don't know if they live where my aunt and uncle do, but if they do, they live near a river that's very popular for sailing and stuff. So I thought this would be perfect. And this, you can use, I would suggest polyester. Whoops. I would suggest taking it out correctly also before you go grabbing it like that. No. There we go. And Deborah's doing it again. Yes, Deborah. Do you have the settings written down for this stuff? I have the first one written down on a Post-it. I have a semi-clear shelf mat right here. I have that written down, yeah. But then for these, I've done so many, I guess it comes naturally that I just turn it down. And if you're off by like a point, you're not going to notice over here. You're not. What I was going to say about the thread, I think I heard, Angel, I'm giving you a lot of credit here because I can't remember. I think I heard her recently talk about the thread, and I absolutely do what she was talking about. When you're buying thread, make sure you're comparing apples to apples and not apples to oranges. If it's in meters, make sure all the thread you're comparing price to. If you're comparing by the meter or by the yard, make sure it's all in the same measurement that you're comparing the price of. This is I don't even remember when I got this. It was before I started quilting, but it's Gutermann. It's a polyester, and it was probably more expensive. Well, I know it was more expensive than the brothread, but I think the thread that Angel just showed, I think it might be cheaper at her place, but I don't know. And like I said, I got plenty until I need it. I'm not going to check my numbers. Yes, it was Halo. Okay. Good morning, Laura Lynn. She says, good morning, you beautiful people. Good morning. And I was asking, did anybody answer me? Are you guys on today? Words get harder, not easier. Let's see, it's 10 o'clock my time, so 11 Eastern. Anyway, this is just another polyester thread. It works fine. I also am going to use this. It is from Missouri Star. It's their brand polyester thread. And I can tell you by the yards, by the meters, whatever that is, this one's probably going to cost more. I like them because they're shiny. Yes, like a cat. Uh-oh. Oh, no. See, this is the one I had problems with last time and I forgot. Okay, we're going to put you where you belong and you're going to work this time. As soon as I find my cap. Last time, this is the one that I had on top, behind, but it was a different machine too, so. I know I've used it before and it didn't give me all that trouble. And same thing with water soluble and the tearaway. Compare the size that you're getting when you're buying thread. If you're on a budget, if you've got a brand that you just love and that's the only brand you're going to buy, you do you. I'll tell you, when I find something that's breaking on me a whole lot, I won't buy it again, even if it's cheap. So I'm just going to do the water right here, and then I'll switch to the brown for that. Surely this can make it that far. Oh, they're set up in Kent's office building, and they are regular time. Okay, Angel says she learned that when she was figuring out the prices for Finesse, which is the brand that she recently started carrying. I'm just lining it with my picture. I don't think I go backwards. And I'm going to try to make it wave like the picture, but if it doesn't wave like the picture, it'll still be okay. Because you sound funny. They will be on at regular time. Oops. Mom and Pop Quilt Shop. And by the way, I shouldn't talk when my machine's going. You can't hear me. Laura Lynn's pumpkin saved my hide the other day. I was trying to figure out something. You can't see it now, but for my Babes and Boobs share Saturday. Babes and Boobs. Oh, heaven help me, Melissa. I just changed my settings. For our Babes and Boobs, I needed something in the corner because my geese were not reaching like I thought they should. Like I math that they should. And I had a hexie. It's just a little paper that I cut out. And I did that log cabin in white to make a cornerstone. So thank you. Thank you for giving. And I did that late Friday night. So I just seen your video. There's our little water. And I'm going to drink coffee. Melissa says she buys what her machine will tolerate. And one of hers is a diva. The other will take any thread you throw at it. So, she says, I knew you'd fall in that boo trap. Oh, okay, good. It didn't last week. My machine sounded awfully loud to me last week. Tracy says, FYI, Coleen, your mic muffles the noise of your machine so you can talk while sewing if you want. It is not loud. Thank you. I thought it had been, but last week it was horrible. This machine is quieter, though. You really shouldn't. You just really shouldn't. Okay. Gonna change my thread to the brown. Melissa says, LOL. Or she, haha. I'm never letting you and Don name something again. We're so clever, though. And that Missouri Star does not go on these little pegs. The Missouri Star brand, it doesn't go on them. The pegs are too big. And after this, it's going to take like minutes to put the whole tile together. I wasn't sure I'd get this done. If y'all want to hang out and stay till then, trust me, I will be off here by time for Mom and Pop to start. Done or not, just so you know. And I need to fix this since I messed it up. Putting this back on 0.3 and leaving it at, I'm going to leave it at the 3.5 width. That may, if the stitches go together, it's okay. And that piece of fabric back there, it's okay too. I'll just pull it off when I'm done and cut it out. Actually, I may fill in with the boat. We'll see. And this foot, you can see what you're doing just fine. If you can't, you might need more light. or better glasses like me, but thank you, moderators, for sticking in here with me. I know this is too long for you guys, and I'm sorry. If you need a break, take a break. Like I have to tell you. I'm a slave driver. I have to tell them when they can walk away from their computers because I'm just me. Laura Lynn needs to grab a quick cup of tea. Go for it. I didn't figure Melissa would be able to make today with the hurricanes and all. Let's see what that little piece of fabric looks like because I know it's going to go under. See it? Let's tear it off. Yep, and I can get my little scissors and cut this off, or I can leave it there. I'll cut that off down there. I wasn't thinking when I put that on, I should have moved it up higher or moved it down lower. I'll cut that off, and then you'll see the blue towel. When the soluble comes off, you'll see the blue towel coming through right there. And this, I'm just going to take some scissors and carefully cut around my stitches. I'm not putting a flag on the mask because I don't want to. Then you can take the stitch and tear stuff off the back. This says Daisy runs her life. I always heard people don't own dogs or cats. They own them. The dog or cat owns them. I'm going to get a self-threading needle and pull these to the back real quick. I forgot that step until just now. I was like, oh, I can do this. And that's what it looks like on the back. So when it's washed, it's going to look like that on the front, just with the colored stitches in the front. And all on a machine that doesn't do any of that big fancy Melissa type embroidery. Yeah. Yep, I said Melissa. I need to order some more of these. I keep meaning to every time I go over to Halos and I forget. I always pick the biggest needle. I always pick the biggest one. This is going to be fiddly, and I'm probably going to regret it. Actually, I can do this after it's done. I've backstitched all of these. Anyway, that's what I usually do. I usually get the stitches in behind. I can still do it after it's done. My brain says, order of operations, woman. Melissa's waiting on the next update from their friend Milton. I heard landfall so far is Wednesday, but I don't know what time. And as I asked earlier, please say a prayer. Do something for the community if you're able to. I generally think it's what's the words? Okay, what's all this? I like to do my good deeds, I guess, in private. Well, Yeah, Melissa has sketchy friends. Halo says he's your friend. Milton, he's a friend. I'm going to put all these inside after I get the rest of the towel put on, because we're going to do that. And it's not going to take no time. And my towel is going to be done. Okay, except for my pulling the threads through and cutting this off. And I'll show you that really fast. I don't have one of those great embroidery duckbill ones. This is what I have. And I just get close to those stitches. And I'm telling you, I'm not going to do this live because I'm scared I'll get my stitches not paying attention, trying to show you guys. But that's all I do. I'll get it closer than that. But for right now, that's how I'm, yeah. Actually, for right now, I'll just do this. I will get it as close as I can to my stitches without cutting my stitches. Okay, and now we need some room. I keep notes from people underneath. I don't need that. Underneath my mat that make me happy. So turn that over. Okay. Now we're going to make this into a hood. And we do that by, let's see, 20% of the time I need, what is that? Fold it in, not that way. I'm trying to remember which way you fold it. Fold it in half again. Right side of the towel out. I have a great big ruler. Or wrong side of the towel out. That was very bad. Wrong side of the towel. Wrong side. I have to stop and think about this part every time. And let's get you where you can see. Sorry for the turning. Okay, wrong side of the towel out. I have extra threads, extra fabric, even extra fuzz around here. And I think most of these are 16 inches across. I like actual binder clips sometimes. They are just right for the job sometimes. Actual binder clips. Keep that together. Okay, let's see how long this is. This is 16 inches is the length of this particular ruler I have. So I know I need to go 8 inches in. I'm going to use this because I can see it and you should be able to see it. It shouldn't bleed through because I'm going to try to stay on the top. But you could use whatever marking tool you want as long as you can see it. And if you can see the crease that you put in it when you fold it over that way, you could even use that. Okay. Actually, from seam to seam, it's 16. This seam right here is out on both of them, so that's fine. Just 8. This is on the inside. Nobody's going to see it. I'm just lightly making a mark. You can see that. And I'll go to the other side, the other end. Same thing. Oh, this is not the same size all the way. That's okay. I'm going to make a mark right here at my 8 inches because it's 16. And then I'm going to go here and make another mark halfway. This line is, it's going to mess with my head. So I'm going to do right there too. It's just, I'm just getting the top. So this is not going to go through. And if it does, gift horse mouth, don't look. There's a reason for that. That one was a little bit off. Okay. I'm going to very lightly go down that, see if I can see it. I can see most of it. I am going to fold it in half again because every time I do this, this doesn't look right to me. Every time I've had to read. My ink ran out. Okay. Sketchy friends. Yes, sketchy friends. Sketchy is my new favorite word lately. So if you fold this in half, that line should be in the center. I'm doing it this way so I can but that never looks right to me. You can see it's clearly in the center. This one I may have went over a little bit, but we're cutting 3 inches off. So anything past this 3 inches, I don't care. Not yet, though. He has the potential to ruin my life, so I should be nice to him, Melissa says. Okay, and then I had the brown on here, so I'm just going to leave the brown for this part. It's not going to make a difference. Now this is where a hump jumper would come in handy. Except for, do you know what happens when I put the hump jumper back here and then I want to let go? It flies that way. I need to put this back on 1, which is my center stitch. And this is factory set to 2.5 and 3.5. 2.5, I think, for this kind of loft is fine. If you know better, do better. I also I bring my needle up a little ways. Vertigo, don't look. Angel said, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Okay. I'm going to focus. I'm going to start up here a little bit and go backwards. That way I don't need the hump jumper. But I am going to go backwards from here. And I still have my embroidery thread, bottom line thread in. At this point, I should have changed it, but I didn't. So we're just going to go straight down that line we drew. And I should have put a pin clip in the center too, because that's trying to come uncentered. Not going to worry about it today. It'll be fine in the end. That's fine. See, I didn't do a good job of getting this lined up. I'm not worrying about it today. Normally, I would pick at that. Not going to care. I have taken it all out to fix it before, and while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to take this out. I think I've done three towels with this one bobbin. That's pretty good. I do have a separate space for them. This top row is where I put those. And the bottom is cotton, and this one's polyester. I think I'll use this blue. Actually, I think I'm going to cheat. I think I'm going to use this blue in the bottom and this in the top. Am I the only one that ever puts bobbins in the top? Tracy's not sketchy. Somebody called Tracy sketchy. Let you see what I'm doing here. I just put it on that spool. Come on, get her done. My back is going to be done. Where is my spool top? I had it. Hang on a second. Oh, there it is. I was looking for the cover thing that holds this. Right there. I have done this before. Probably shouldn't, but I have. I don't have my other blue out here. I didn't want to use this is a little bit different shade of the Gutermann than the Gutermann that I was using. And that's what I want. So I'm going to change this real quick, and then we're going to cut that towel and finish. I think we can finish by 9 o'clock. Tracy says she doesn't separate her bobbins by type, only by color. I try to separate the cotton ones because when I'm making ball cozies or kitchen hot pads, I want to make sure I use the cotton and not the poly, just because I heard I should. I don't know that for a fact. Okay, now this is set up. Let's take this table off because my space over here is small. I have the table on just to make it easier. I have done it without the table. Okay, I do need to get my cutting mat, my giant cutting mat. Do not unplug me. Okay. So here's the hood. And it's going to go fast from here. Don't fall, please. Here's the hood. And I am just going to, I'm going to ignore that just because I'm going to ignore that. I'm going to put this ruler here. It's 3 inches. Looks straight to me. I'm going to cut it right there. A 60 might make it easier, but I use the 45 and I will saw because even with a new blade, this is hard. This is 3 inches that I'm taking off. This barely clears my ruler. A 60 millimeter would be higher. I still didn't get it, did I? Trust me, you want to do this part last because this will get everywhere. Maybe I should have done it after the towel. So I'm going to hang on to this. This will be hard kind of to see. Okay. I haven't even taken these off. I washed them before I gift them, so I'm not really worried about that. Although I would get this plastic piece out. Nobody wants that on their baby. Nope, shouldn't use those, but I did anyway. Need your judgment for someone who cares. No, I'm kidding. Wow, Coleen and I thought I was pretty organized. Okay, so this tag, and remember how this goes. You want the right side facing you, right? Let me think about this for a second. It's right side facing you because we're going to put the towel here. Put it down, put it up. Okay, yeah. You want the right side up of the towel. So that can't be right. No, that can't be right. I'm telling you, I always have to go back to my videos and double check this part. Wrong side up because the tag is over here or over here. Anyway, wrong side up. Find the center of this towel. Again, I'm just going to use a pen to mark it. You can use chalk to mark it. You can, I think a pen probably works the best for me. So, because I don't have a lot of room, I've found the center of the towel. And it's actually not where that center is. It has the line from being folded. I am going to double check though. Just taking these two ends together and pulling it. Yep, that's the center. So this is a long one today. I'm sorry. I get excited at this point because I know how fast it goes after this. Okay, and then we take, whoops, I forgot to do the fun part. The fun part is turning your towel out the wrong side out. Right side out. Put your hand in it, and I'm going to get a mess everywhere because I didn't do this really in the right. Pushing that corner right there, and all your threads are inside. And I back stitched, so I don't need to do anything with that. I back stitched inside there, so I forgot this part. See, this is why you have to do things in order. I need to sew this together before I move on to the towel. See what that did? It's okay. somebody is having a fit. I forgot to do this. I've got some weird lighting right now. We're going to sew these together. I usually clip them with Wonder Clips. I'm going to use whatever's in my hand. I usually would knot all those off, but I'm going to leave them in there. It's okay. Nothing's going to happen to those. You can see in my other videos, I take the time to pull all these threads through and I knot them off, and then I do this, but for time's sake, and it's not going to make a difference. And these are plain old binder clips. Okay, that center was not lining up for me. There we go. That's why I changed the color of my thread. I knew there was something else I was forgetting. I should have done this before I cut it off. It'll be okay. Because now I have to backstitch here. If you do it before you cut it off, you don't have to backstitch. And I am going just, yep. Poly will melt or catch fire in the if microwaved. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. So will lint. I'm going just the side of this seam. I kind of line the seam up with the side of my presser foot. Helps me get an eye on it. Got that. I thought the most interesting part was the embroidery and how fast it goes on a plain machine. Laurelyn says, take 15 minutes just to get tea. People be chatty. I know. It's like they come here to talk. What kind of tea are you drinking? I think I drink the black tea. See, this isn't even. I don't know why, but I'm not messing with it now. Not messing with it now. Hey, silver fingers. Back stitch at the end because I did it in the wrong order. You know what I should have done? I should have made myself notes. That's what I should have done. That's not going to bother me either. Okay. Now that I've made a mess with terry cloth. Backing up. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's going to drive me nuts. Dollar Tree. Like 2, I think you get. Okay. So now we're going to take the center. Put those together. Take the center of the hood, which has that line that we have sewn, and line it up with the center of that, except for we want to pull it up about a 1/2 inch. You can guesstimate on this because it's going to be, I'm calling it a French seam. It may not be a French seam. But I'm finicky. Okay, I'm going to do 3/4 because that's where I stopped. make sure your towel pieces are together because you don't want to go back. Try my basting pins with this because I don't really like the clips or my regular pins. Oh, that's going to work. Maybe in the way of the foot, I may have to move it. Half rolled hem is what Tracy says it's doing. I'm doing. See, I don't know what it's called, but I know what I'm supposed to do. Oh, when were they supposed to come, Sylvia? Sylvia has been using electric heat for heat because they need a new boiler. My friends know all the technical terms for this stuff. Last time I used my finger, I went like this and I just used my finger. Have I mentioned? Not so professional. Oh. We're going to encase this raw edge. So I could sew it and then turn it. Does anybody know of a reason I shouldn't just turn this and do 2 lines of stitching to hold it in place? Does anybody know why that wouldn't work? Because Tracy likes the finger measurement. Exactly. It's cute to watch. Hey, I don't know why we're beeping at me. Oh, error. Because I stepped on the pedal. Take that. Reset. Tracy says we'll work the same. Maybe that's how I was supposed to do it in the first place. We're not. I'm going to move this one. I thought I was stitching. I thought maybe I used to stitch it down and then do this, but I switched because I learned better. I'm just rolling this up over it. Probably don't need so much, but it's too thick. Now I'm going to use the finger measurement again because this side's too thick. Finger measurement says there. And there. Melissa, you just keep a track of that storm. That's what you need to be doing right now. Don't be sorry. She says that's how you do shirt colors, I think. I have no idea. Ouch. Isn't that nice? And I'm going to use this to try to keep me in line. Ouch. See if I remember doing this right. I've got at least 2 videos up on it. And I've got a third that can go up. That's right. You stay out of the storm. I'm putting this right next to my foot. This seam guide. Right next to my foot. I want my needle over that way further though. So I'm going to go to 0. It'll put my needle over here further. Just a, no, I'm not putting it on 0 because that's a weird stitch. I'm going to move this up to 3.5 because there's a lot of bulk in there for the length and the width. Move this over about 1/4. This helps me stay lined up over here while I'm making sure my needle is on my fabrics here. Basting is for times when you need to make sure it all stays in place. I don't like pulling stitches out. I move that. Oops. Foot up. Back stitch at the beginning at the end, and I did not catch that. Look at that. That is some shoddy work, woman. And pulling stitches from terry cloth is not fun. Try just to get these at the very end, because the terry cloth gets caught. Trying to separate them. Okay. You did not see me do that. That's why I said make sure you're, oh, I know why I did that. This little end over here, that was off. Yes, I will use any cutting thing I have within reach. That was off, so my overlay right there was off. Shh. That's right, Sylvia is my friend, I can tell. Do what, Coleen? I didn't see you. Now, make sure both those pieces are in that when you go over it. And I'm going to go, this is the most fiddly part, I think, of the whole thing. I'm going to go over here. Oops, drop my needle. A back stitch. Make sure those stay in there. And not that big. Okay, now and back stitch. There we go. Now we got them. Angel says, Mayhem, her son, says, that doesn't sound safe to use anything to cut. Yeah. Safety first, right? Okay. I'm thinking I'm remembering doing this wrong, because then we have to pull our cowl up. That does not seem like the right. Yeah, that's right. Okay. This doesn't feel right, but this is right. Pull that hood out. This doesn't feel right. Oh, Deborah's cleaning the bathroom and listening, so she didn't see anything. I'm gonna pull this hood out and go down, tack this down, and I'm going to, the person I saw this did not encase the edges right here by going up and down, but I do because I know there's a raw edge there. So I'm going to go just the other side of that and go up and down here. I really, my good video for this is going to go up, probably today. I may have done this backwards. That's okay. It's still going to work. I want a darker color in the back. So I'm going to go, this is going to face up. I can tell you right now, I did not do this part like I usually do. This is going to face up. So I'm going to put the gray in the back because the gray will blend in. And once this stitch is done, it's done. It's all done. Get that back. Oh, well, that was interesting. My thread is under my plate. Sometimes it doesn't pull it up on the first try. Did not do this right. Do not care. It's going to be the same in the end. I'm going to start on this side, just outside that right there. Okay, hang on. This is going to bug me to no end. Sorry about that moving. Where did I go wrong? Because I went wrong. And I know I went wrong because I've made several of these. Okay, I think what I was supposed to do is stitch that and then stitch this. I was supposed to stitch that down, then pull this over and stitch it down. It works, but it's bugging me because what it's going to do right here, I don't like that, and it shouldn't buckle like that. That's okay. That's okay. Deborah says, guys, be so messy. Yes, to lock in the hood. I'm just wondering why I did that backwards. So you almost got the full tutorial. I will put the video up doing it correctly because I can. I'm going to go from this side because it seems the bestest. I was going to go from the other side. Oops. Okay, now that hood is encased. And since I've got it this way, which I know I'm doing it wrong. I know I am, and that's going to... Oh, see, now I'm going to have to do another one eventually just to do it right. I'm going to run this line. Hold on to your hats. Your boots, your spurs, whatever. I'm going to run this line right here on my foot and sew it down there. And again, it's a 3.5 inch. Close your eyes. Well, what is it we say? If it's going to go wrong, it's going to go wrong in a live. Tracy said she was just going to suggest sewing from that side. Ah, I know. Takes me a minute, but especially after I get flustered. Oh, that tension is still loose. I should probably Probably tighten that back up. It's a little bit more fiddly doing it this way, but I'll get there. And I'm pulling the hood and the towel apart as I go to make sure it sits down. Man, this I thought I knew how to do. I'm going to just past that hood. Now, those raw edges ain't coming out. I can just cut these off because I have back stitched, or I can do them like we do quilts, knot them and bury them, which is what I'm going to do because I just prefer to do that. Can you see? You can see the stitch. Dumb camera, stop showing everything. So anyway, it took an hour and a half because I talked much. It is done with, you know, a few little odds and ends to sew in. And I apologize for keeping everyone so long, but I really thought anybody can do this with a standard zigzag stitch. Get you a spare piece, an old piece of towel, and try it. Tracy says beautiful. Deborah says so cute. And don't forget, pray for our friends up there or down there in Florida and everyone that was hit by Helena. Let's see. Let's back you up. I should drink more coffee. I really should. We got sunlight. Let's shut that off. Lots of sunlight. Horrible lighting. I am the worst YouTuber. Oh, new channel name. Okay, so this is a full-size towel, and I'll show you. You can knock things on the floor. See that? Yeah, that's kind of weird. Give me a second. My ponytail's making a crooked. See? It will fit for a while. It's a hat. Oh, yes, it's a hat. We need more hats. Everything Moreland makes can be a hat, I think. I love that every time. Oh, that could be a hat. Okay. Messed up the hair. Oh, Lori says, Mama Pop says, I'll have to make one. I still need to make one of those Swiffer pad thingies that she made. I may not have dust since then, since I saw you make that last time. Kids, oh goodness, kids, parents love these, and that is so soft. And once you wash it and all that comes out, don't need a fancy machine for it. You can do it. If I can do it, trust me, anyone can do it. I'm going to take a sip of coffee, look at my chat, 2.5. I don't know what we're talking about, but I have to check. Don't forget, when we're done here, Laura Lynn, Mom and Pop, live at 11 Eastern, 11 a.m. or not. Yeah, everything should be a hat. We all need sorting hats is what we need, Melissa. You should make them and sell them. I would buy one. I would. Beautiful, love it. Thank you, Tracy. So cute. Thank you, Deborah. Looks awesome, Coleen. Laura Lynn says, thank you, Laura Lynn. Gorgeous. 2.5. 2. Melissa, what are we talking about? 2.5. I missed it. That's stitch size that you been talking too long. Oh, super cute. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. Thank you so much for the shout out. Anytime, Laura Lynn. I'm teeny tiny, but I'm happy to use my big mouth. Shiny, happy people. We need more. And Sylvia, I'm not sure, but Sylvia has been doing premieres Thursday. US time, it's Thursday morning. Laura says, I got a big mouth too. And she shouts people all the time. She is such a great cheerleader. I can't think of all the words, but you know, so kind to shout out other channels on her channel. She's just wonderful. It's kind of where I learned it. There's 2 channels I started watching years ago that did that. And I thought, that's what I want to be. That's who I want to be. Okay, so we're gonna wrap it up. And I'm probably not going to be in your chat, Laura, but I promise you I'm going to be watching. I'm going to be in the chat. I'm going to set up my stuff over there, get my heat pad on my back, take some medicine, and I'm going to be in the chat. Loopy as all get out. Ah, you're welcome. She says, thank you so much for your time. Well, thank you for our time. It's a lot of work to do what you do and to show up in chats. That is hard. That is hard. If I get somebody on the TV, I'm so proud of myself. They have no idea I'm there. Yes, we will see you at Mama Pop's. Sylvia, did you say you're doing a premiere? That's probably somebody telling me, Coleen, get over it. It's been too long. Nope, not telling me to get over it. Many bigger channels don't, but I want to be kind. Melissa with the shouts, yeah. A lot of, I don't know if they think it takes something away from them to do it or what. And honestly, I only shout out, yeah, I'm small enough that I can get away with this. And I will do it when I'm bigger just because I'm a pain in the rear. I'm not going to send you to a channel that I think might be sketchy, might not do my audience right. I'm just not. That would hurt me. Laura, I'd rather share than hoard. I don't know. I got some people I want to hoard. I don't want to share. We're pretty excited. We have a few people coming for our meetup on Saturday. Mom and Pop says, oh, yay. And you guys are going to be live this Saturday then, right? The dates are getting confused in my head. I forgot you guys weren't live last Saturday until like Friday, I think. Yes, they will be live Saturday. And Saturday is at, I'm trying to do the converting in my head. Is it 11 my time or 12 my time? Mom and Pop will be live Saturday. Go over there, ring the bell, hit the thumbs up, give them a nice comment. And when you ring that bell, click all notifications and you will know exactly when they go live. Hey, and if you don't mind, do it here too. Or not. But do it over there. Go visit Melissa and Sylvia and Halo. And who else is over here? All the links are down at the bottom. I appreciate my moderators helping me out for all of this time because this was a long one for all of us. I appreciate your time, even though I messed it up. It worked out at the end, and they're going to love it, and they're not going to know until I tell them because I'm going to tell my aunt. She sews. I'm going to tell her I messed it up. But try it on your machine. Get you a little piece of towel and put a paper behind it and try it on your machine. I know you could do it if I can do it. Visit our friends, our mods, our loved ones. Pray for the hurricane victims and the Hurricane Milton path that it's going to go through too. I can't imagine. I just can't imagine. I think I've gave everybody time to say bye. Oh yeah, and Dawn over at My Quilt Projects. 1 p.m. Eastern time, Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern time. I know it's in the bot. I have all the times in the bot. I need to read it. Have a great day. Oh, SC to Halo beat me to it. She says, you were the light today, Coleen. Thank you. And be the light you hope to see in others. You know, all you got to do is shine your light to chase that darkness away. And I love that. Take care. Mama Pop next. Halo Wednesday. Sylvia Thursday. Watch out for Melissa. She's dropping them when she feels like it's hot. Okay, I went too far now. Talk to you later. See you, Mama Pops.